Is the lighting in here terrible? Or is it just me? It's not me, it's the lighting, isn't it? There's 5 light bulbs on my ceiling. What do you call that? Like there's the fan and the lights, and there's 5 of them, and only one of them works right now. Every other light bulb went out. So I have 1 light bulb, and that's why it's really dark in my room. That or possibly my brightness is down, but I'm afraid if I swipe up to try and check, it's just not gonna end well. I could like, you know what, it's 10:50 at night, and if there's bad lighting, there's bad lighting. It's just gonna be that way. But I decided to go live. My EP is going to be out and available in 9 minutes now, because it's 12 o'clock, whatever time zone is in New York. And then that's 11 o'clock here, which is, simple math, Chaislyn, 9 o'clock in California. So we have just a little bit, and I said I would do the little Q&A thing if anybody asked me a question on my story, but I don't know if anybody asked me a question. I'm not that interesting. So I also don't know how that works. That's a new feature on, oh, sorry, I just get a notification. I told Madeline to come watch, but yeah. So I have all the songs. I have the songs obviously already, but I can't play them for you until they are available for everybody, which they will be on iTunes, Spotify, the usuals, Google Play, Amazon Music, Tidal, everywhere else. We tried to make sure. I feel like it's insanely dark. Okay. Like a panda with just like dark circles around my eyes. A good look for me. But yeah, if you have any questions, there is the little thing on my story. I'm gonna swipe up real quick and check my brightness just to make sure that my phone isn't really dark and it's tricking me. Okay, my brightness was down a little bit, so it looks a lot darker, but it is still really dark. I'm sorry. I need to get new light bulbs. Also, I look really put together and stuff, but all I did was put in earrings and put on a different sweater. I have a blue scrunchie in my hair, and I'm wearing Christmas pajama pants that you cannot see. They have little pugs on them wearing Santa hats. So, but basically, let me see if anybody asked a question. Not yet, I just posted it like a few minutes ago, so it may take a little bit, but I'm super excited to share my EP with everybody. I'm a little nervous because it means a lot. It's the first 5 songs I ever wrote. I only started writing in February, so I'm still really new to it. I'm still learning. I still have so much to learn, and I'm still finding my sound. I'm incredibly proud of these songs that I was able to throw together for this. Not throw together, they really came together quite well, I think. I hope we'll find out what you think. Thank you so much. I miss you too. I miss you too. But yeah, no, I'm excited for people to hear them. They're an interesting sound. I don't know if it's the sound people are gonna expect to hear from me. It's not the sound I necessarily expected to hear from me. And even so, the songs I've written since we set the 5 for the EP and we recorded them, because I'm writing all the time, they're a very different sound from what you're about to hear. I'm already experimenting with new things, and I'm experimenting with the piano and different instruments and different genres and everything, because I love so many different kinds of music, and I want to be able to, that's really loud, I have background music on, but I want to be able to experiment and kind of try a little bit of everything. So the next few songs that will come out, I'm not even recording them yet because we need to focus on what's happening right now. But once the EP comes out, I've got another music video coming for you guys early next year, which sounds so weird to say because it's going to be 2019, but we will have another music video coming that's already done and done with, so hopefully you guys will get a sneak peek within, not too long, so that's coming. But yeah, and then I'm ready to get in the studio and record more for you guys. I have a worship song that I wrote that I really want you guys to hear, and so hopefully that will be recorded after the EP is out. I'm already talking about future plans, and now I need to focus on what's coming out in a few minutes. In 5 minutes now. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. and I'll probably listen to them on here if you want, and then go stream so that we can get your plays. It's super fun to watch the numbers go up and see how many people listen daily after it's out. People still like add them to their playlist, which is cool. But no, I have that worship song. I have 2 really nice ballads that I've written that I really like. There's not, other than Little Did I Know, there's not necessarily any more ballads on this EP. So I have 2 kind of sad ballads that I have written in the books, and those are gonna come out. I want to experiment with dance music. That sounds weird, but I want to write like a really upbeat, catchy song. I tend to stick with more acoustic, so I have so many things coming, but if you guys stay tuned for in the next 4 minutes when the EP comes out, I'll kind of go through them, and if you have any questions about the stories, and I'll tell you a little bit about what each one is about. So yeah, I'm super excited. I've got Joseph, it's a band called Joseph, it's 3 girls, and I've got some of their music playing in the background. I really love their stuff. And then another local band, Clay and Jody, I have them on a little playlist, which I'm very inspired by them, so I have their stuff playing. But you guys, we're almost there, about 3 minutes left. But I'm excited. Things have been crazy busy, but yeah, and it's fun. It's really a learning process, and it's nice that it's something I love so much. It doesn't make it hard. I like work. It's not bad at all. I haven't slept in years though. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding though. That sounds like an exaggeration, but to be completely honest, it's also finals week, which is going to kill me. I have a college algebra final on Friday. I have a civics final. Even though I'm a senior, I didn't take civics my freshman year, and I was supposed to, and I skipped it. So I'm currently in civics for my senior year. So I have that final, and then I have to write an essay, and I have to finish my infographic for my college composition class, and things are really busy, but I'm performing Wednesday, and we're going to have an album release party, which actually won't be until like January, or EP release, sorry, not an album yet. But I'm actually going to New York. I leave a week from Friday, and we'll be up there, so I won't be able to do a release party. Thank you! Y'all need to stop being so nice to me. You could give me a big head. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. But yeah, so we are 2 minutes away. I'm like nervous, cause I don't know. I know they're not. I don't know. I don't even know what I want to say about them. So whatever comes out when we start listening to them is what I'm gonna say. But yeah, I started with Little Did I Know, which y'all have heard. That one's been out for about a month now. And it was the first song I ever wrote. I wrote it back in late February after I got home from American Idol. So I wrote that one. And then I'm trying to think of the order. I wrote that one. Oh, I never posted the song list. I wanted to give you guys a song list, and I didn't. Let me look. Okay, I have them on the iPad. They're not out yet. They'll be out in a minute, 1 minute, uno minute. I don't speak Spanish. I wish I did though. Okay, so Little Did I Know is the first one I wrote. And then I think I wrote True next, if I think so. There's a song called True on there. And then there's a song called Carol, which I believe I wrote before somewhere, which was written on July 5th. I know because I wrote it at a songwriters festival the day after July 4th. And then Greatest Hits, which is the most recent song I wrote it 2 months, not even, it hasn't been 2 months yet, maybe a month and a half ago. Like it was like I wrote it and I recorded it and then we were like done, that's the EP. But is it time? Nope, not yet. It's almost, we're about to watch the clock turn from 10:59 to 11 and then my songs will be out. Where am I from? Wait, really? No, I'm from Louisiana. Yeah, the different LA. I've only been to LA for American Idol, and it is officially at 11 o'clock, which means that they are officially on everywhere, or they should be. Somebody like go check. They should be. But so I guess we can jump into it. I'm kind of scared. So obviously this song has been out for a while. This is Little Did I Know, like I was saying, the first one I wrote. And it's actually one of my favorites, and it's one of my parents' favorites as well. It's everybody who I've shown the songs to so far, this is one of their favorites. And I don't know if it's because there's a structure, obviously, because I've been listening to music my whole life and I know music structure enough to kind of be able to write a song. But when I wrote this, I wrote it in about an hour. I sat down, I was like, alright, I guess I'm gonna write a song. And it just happened. And so I think there was a lot of passion in it and not too much like, oh, how do I write a song? How do I write a hit? How do I write something people are gonna like? I just wrote it because it was what I was feeling. And so I think that's why this light is good. I think that's why a lot of people really liked that one out of all of them. It was about a person. It's not a love song, despite popular belief. And the whole concept is about romanticizing something and remembering it better than it was. Can y'all hear me over the music? I keep leaning forward. I'm like, can they hear me? But I was really good friends with this person, and after a while we were no longer friends, and it did not end on the best of terms. And I had kind of created this idea in my head of how great friends we were, because we were really close, but of just how much I missed them and how great they were and how much I loved them and everything. And so a few months later we started talking again, and within like 5 days I remember like realizing and thinking like, oh my gosh, you know, this person is really negative in my life and they belittle me and they put me down, and it's not a healthy relationship for me. But when we weren't friends, all I could think about was how much I missed them and how great they were, which I had just romanticized that. And so the whole point of Little Did I Know is that little did I know I was okay without you. That sounds so mean. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so it's like a happy but not happy song, but it's not a love song. But that was the first song I ever wrote. And yeah, so I think it just kind of happened. And there's not too much of a structure, but there's enough to keep it organized. And so, but thank you to everyone who's been streaming it. It's actually got quite a few streams. I don't know the number right now, but it could use more, so go stream. But this is on the EP as well. It just re-released as part of the EP. It was a single, so it's almost done. I'm gonna skip it though because everyone knows it. So the second song on the EP, actually, now that I think about it, I'm not even going in the order of the EP, but I think it's fine because I can do whatever I want. It's my EP, right? I'll go to, I don't know. What song should we do? There's Somewhere, Carol, Greatest Hits, or True. Somebody tell me what song I should play next. What do you want to hear? Not like you can't go listen to them on iTunes or Spotify, but in this moment, you better hurry because this song's about to be over. I gotta choose, huh? Because nobody's telling me. We'll do Carol. Greatest Hits. You said great. Okay, that is the most recent song. Thank you. Greatest Hits. I wrote it. Oh, my charger just fell. Oh, it's fine. The most recent song I wrote about a month and a half ago. And the concept for this song, I'll let you listen to a little bit of it first.
That's okay, go have fun.
Kind of one of the more upbeat songs on the EP. It's not like a fast song, but
I'll just sit here waiting, watching the hours pass on the wall, waiting for you to leave her.
thank you. I love you too. Hey Mariah. We're listening to my EP that just came out 5 minutes ago.
Of your greatest hits, but you called it quits. You heard me rock.
I wanna like snap. Doesn't work though.
This little thing here is starting
want to listen to the rest, you can go find it. But that's the most recent song I wrote, and the concept for it came about because which like was a joke. I was serious about it, but it was a joke. But I was like, what if? Okay, hear me out. You know how like the biggest artists in the world always have their greatest hits album, and it's like named greatest hits, and it's all their best songs. I was like, what if I wrote a song called Greatest Hits, and I named the EP Greatest Hits, and they were all like, Chaislyn, I swear if you actually do that. So I didn't, but I did write the song because I felt like it was a really cool concept that I could play around with. And so it kind of, this one is more of a storytelling one, not something I've personally gone through, but the idea of the greatest hits, like whatever song is #1 on the charts, the really popular songs are changing like every week, you know, as new music is released, and suddenly people have moved on from this song to the next song, and it's just, there's always a new #1. Except for with Ariana Grande's Thank You Next, because that thing's not moving for a while. But the concept of greatest hits is about a guy who just goes through girls like they're nothing, like they're the top song on the chart, and they just change all the time. And so there's some analogies in there about being, what does it say? You wrote me a song and then you played me like one too. And then different little things, which if you listen to it, you'll hear them. And it really was just a fun concept, and I really liked the way it turned out. That was written about 7 months after I started writing music. That's probably not accurate math, but it's close enough. And so I'd kind of gotten a little bit more of a grasp on songwriting whenever I wrote that one. So yeah, that's Greatest Hits, and one of my favorites, but okay. And then we'll do Carol next. Sorry, I almost went to True, but Carol was one of the first songs I wrote. It's a little tribute to one of my favorite artists of all time, Carole King. Absolutely love her song. I actually have my own rendition of her song It's Too Late, which is on iTunes. Sorry, I blanked for a second. So if you wanted to get that, that is also available. But she's one of my favorites. So Carol came from that, and I work with children a lot. I do the princess parties, so I'm always around kids at birthday parties, and then I also volunteer at a home for troubled children, or you know, it's an organization, and I get to go sing with them and hang out with them. So and then church nurseries growing up, I've just always really loved kids and had a heart for them. And so let me turn this off so that light's not coming up. But I wrote this song kind of for those kids because I remember being a kid and I was very loud, and there were times where I felt that I wasn't enough, or I wasn't like everybody else, and I needed to change myself for that, and I think everybody feels that way. Madeline, that's my best friend, if you were wondering, and she is my biggest fan, so, but it's a great experience, and I love those kids, and I wanted a message that would empower them and would remind them that they were made to shine, and that's one of the lyrics, but just, it's definitely a song for children, but also for women and men and people, you know. It's just the concept that you're made perfectly. God doesn't make mistakes. You are, like, everything about you is perfect, and you, obviously, I mean, there are things, personal flaws we can work on, but for the most part, you can't let people discriminate against you because you're different than them, because that's what makes you unique, and that's what makes you stand out. And so this song means a lot to me. Turn it up. It's so weird to lip sync to my own music. Let me just throw that out there. Fun fact, that tambourine was me. I played that in the studio. All you are, don't go. So, this is Carol, also on the EP that you can check out right now. It's been out for 10 minutes. Cry. Again, I want to snap. I don't know why. I wanted to check.
Don't go wishing on that star.
So, and then I saw Kisa said true. She wanted to hear true. So we'll do true next. Little outro here. That's Carol. And then true, let me see if I can, I actually want to get an acoustic. I'd love to get an acoustic version of all of these out, do a little acoustic EP, because I find that they sound so much different when you hear them the way I originally wrote them versus how the studio versions came out, which I love the studio versions. I'm so happy with the way they came out. Shout out to Nelson for helping me with all of that. Mr. Nelson, he was amazing in mixing all of these. He's a musical genius, so little shout out to him, because none of this would have been possible without him, I promise you that. But True is much different acoustic than it is on the EP. We added some electric slide guitar and everything, so we will see what you think, but this is True. So yeah, this one was written, I'll let you listen. Okay, I just need to stop talking for a second.
You say I'm too loud, but then you miss me when I'm not around. You say I should talk.
There's a string on my sweater.
You'd like it better if I didn't make a sound, but I won't stay quiet for you. I won't do what you tell me to, 'cause I will stay true.
So True was written, aw, thank you, trying to represent Louisiana. I feel just very like, whew, now that it's out, like it's to you, and the whole title, With Love, there is no song called With Love on the EP, if you were wondering. With Love is what I wanted to call it, because I feel like each one of these has a part of my heart in it, and I really did make these with love for you guys. And I know that whenever I write letters to people and emails, I always sign them with love, Chaislyn. And I really felt like that was kind of the same concept. Like, I'm sending you a letter of my life with these songs, and I'm sending them to you with love. So anyway, but this song came after a night that I had gone to an event, and I'm trying to be very vague because I don't want people to know if I wrote a song about them or not. But I had the best time of my life. There was a dance floor, and there was a bunch of kids there as well, and I'm a very loud and outgoing person, and at this event, I was just, you guys can hear me all right, over the music, I'm sorry, but, so I was just, you know, having the time of my life, and I was dancing, and I was, you know, singing, like, not like on a mic or anything, but just like to the music and having a great time. Hey Mom, thanks, thumbs up. But yeah, I was just having a great time, and I got in the car, and after the fact, my brain just went like overboard of like, you're an idiot, and you looked so obnoxious and stupid and goofy and silly, and like, you're just so much, like, chill out. Nobody's gonna want to be around you when you're like that. Nobody's gonna want to talk to you. Nobody's gonna want to like love you if you're gonna just be, you know. And the devil was attacking me that night because the event was about an hour and a half away from home, so there was a long drive, and I was just going over it in my head the entire night. And I'd gotten home, and I talked to my mom about it, and we talked about just you know, and she did because society tells you that you do. You need to chill out. You don't need to talk so much. You need to just, you know, tone yourself down because you're too much for people. And we kind of like talked about how, you know, if I ever, this sounds so weird, but if I ever want a boyfriend, because I'm so busy that I'm not even focused on that, but like for guys to be like, you know, nobody's gonna want to have to keep up with me, and that I would really just need to tone it down. And I remember just like crying that night and just being in this mood. And my mom came back 30 minutes later and she was like, you know what, like what we just talked about, she was like, don't listen to me, don't listen to that, because whoever the Lord has for you is exactly who he has for you. He's going to be the guy that's going to go dance. He's going to be the guy that's going to, you know, keep up with you. And so I wrote True. That night I started writing it. It was like really late when I got home, and I had the very first verse, which says, you say I'm too, I know the words to my song. I'm thinking about the second verse, which says, you say I should play it cool. No one will love me if I act like a fool. And then it's just I won't stay quiet for you. I won't do what you want me to do because I'm gonna stay true. And those are the lyrics to that song. And so, yeah, that was a big night for me, I think. And writing that was very empowering because it is. You're perfect. God makes absolutely no mistakes. And we should all remember that. So that's True. That's also on the EP. And time for... we've listened to 4 out of 5. There's only 5 songs on it. I know that seems short, but I have plenty more, and I'm still writing, and more songs will be coming next year, and more stuff coming in January. We've got a little music video coming up for you. I'm not going to tell you what song it's for. You will have to wait and see. Thank you, Kisa. Thank you. That song means a lot to me, and I think, you know, it kind of help me. I mean, there's still nights when I feel like that. I wrote another song about it. It's not on the EP, but it's gonna come out eventually. That kind of, it's just something that the devil will attack me with, and writing songs about it and remembering how the Lord made me is a way that I can combat that. So, last song on the EP I wrote in July, and anyone who knows me knows that I am a gigantic Wizard of Oz fan. I remember one specific instance where they did like a double feature on ABC Family, I think it was, and they played Wizard of Oz once through, and then they played Wizard of Oz once through again right after, and I sat through and I watched it twice in a row and did not get bored. I love Wizard of Oz. I don't know why. I love the story, I love the music, I love Judy Garland, and so I wrote this song. This particular song was the quickest song I've ever written. I wrote it in half an hour. I wrote it in 30 minutes, and I was just playing with different words and phrases from Somewhere Over the Rainbow and Wizard of Oz, which if I pause it and really pick it apart, you'll see how many things are in this. But it's a love song, and it can be about people. Mine's more about music. So it's my love song to music. So I hope you like it. This is Somewhere, and there's a mandolin in it. So you get to hear some mandolin. I think there's a little bit of organ in this one too.
What a crazy day, it ended up this way. Who would have ever thought I'd be here to stay? Well, I'm not in Kansas anymore. God knows I've never been.
That's
here before.
Somewhere, and yeah, it's got different things, but the whole catchphrase of it, which you hear in the chorus, is that although beyond the rainbow is out of my view, my somewhere is you. And can be about people again. Mine's about music, of course, because who would I write a song about right now? But just that it's kind of Dorothy in Wizard of Oz is always hoping for an escape, and music is my escape. That's so cheesy. I'm so sorry.
Can show my face and they'll be on the rainbow. 'Cause out of my view, darling, my somewhere's you.
So that's, and I'm not gonna play the whole thing on here, but that's my EP. I'm gonna leave this up so that people can hear me explain kind of each song and what the story behind them was, and all the exciting plans I have coming up. Again, music video coming next month. I'm not going to tell you what song it's for, but go stream it. It's on basically every streaming site ever, so hopefully you can find it. And I hope you guys enjoy. It means a lot to me. These are the first 5 songs I ever wrote. I think I've repeated myself 20 times in this live stream, but yeah, so this is for you guys. And thank you so much for being so supportive of me over this past year. It's been about basically since I started pursuing music, literally, and it's been overwhelming the amount of support I've received and everything, and just the amount that's happened and the opportunities that the Lord has opened up for me, and yeah, and I want everyone to know that everything I do is for Him, and so all for the glory of God. I hope you guys love the EP. Go stream it, go tell your friends, go share it, go play it for everybody ever in your car, add it to your playlists. I love you. Thank you so much. It is very late and I'm gonna go to bed. So I love y'all, I love you, I love you, and have a good night, and go listen. So have a great night, I love you. Bye.